Addictions, excuses, and pornography. They are all symptoms of an undisciplined mind. If you keep going like this, what kind of man do you think you'll become? I want you to understand this clearly. Every time you give in to your impulses, every time you hide behind an excuse, you are moving further away from the life you could have, from the greatness you could achieve. And it's not just about stopping something, it's about who you decide to be. Because at the end of the day, you will be defined by the decisions you make or avoid. Excuses are like a slow poison. At first they seem harmless, even justified. I'm too tired today. I don't have time. I don't have the resources. But those excuses, which may seem small, are actually significant obstacles that keep you in a state of mediocrity. Every time you utter them, you are surrendering your power, accepting defeat without even trying. I want to tell you the story of Marcus, a man I met a few years ago. Marcus was like anyone else with dreams and ambitions, but he always had an excuse not to pursue them. He said he didn't have time to study because he worked long hours. He couldn't save because he had too much debt. He couldn't exercise because he was too tired. And of course, his life never changed. Until one day, Marcus looked in the mirror and realized a painful truth. The excuses he was using to protect himself were actually destroying him. That day, Marcus decided to make a change. He started by eliminating the phrase, "I can't," from his vocabulary. He woke up an hour earlier to study, even though it was difficult. He started saving, even if it was just a small amount each week. And he began exercising, even if at first, he could only run for a few minutes. Marcus set aside excuses and began to take action. The result? In less than a year, he had paid off most of his debt, completed a course that allowed him to get a better job, and lost 20 kilos. I want you to think about the excuses you have used in your life. Write them down. Make a list of all the times you've said, "I'll do it tomorrow." "I don't have time." "I don't have money." Then, destroy that list, because those excuses have no place in the life you want to build. If Marcus could do it, so can you. I challenge you to an exercise right now. Take a piece of paper and a pen, and write down the biggest excuse you're using right now not to move forward. Now ask yourself, is it really valid? Or is it just a barrier you have created to avoid the discomfort of change? Tear it up. Literally. Tear up that paper, and take an action today that brings you closer to your goal. Addictions are one of the most powerful ways we enslave ourselves. And I'm not just talking about obvious addictions like alcohol or drugs. I'm also talking about the silent addictions that steal your time, energy, and life. Social media, video games, junk food, and yes, pornography. All these things bind you, weaken you, and make you less than you could be. Addictions not only steal your time, they steal your future. They keep you trapped in a cycle of instant gratification, seeking momentary pleasure while moving further away from your goals. If you want to be a real man, a man with purpose, with vision, with discipline, then you must free yourself from those chains. The first step to overcoming an addiction is admitting you have a problem. Don't minimize it. Don't justify it. Acknowledge it and face it. Then, take concrete steps. If necessary, seek professional help. Change your environment, eliminate triggers, surround yourself with people who support you on your path to recovery. And most importantly, be patient with yourself. The fight against addiction is a marathon, not a sprint. But every step you take brings you closer to freedom. Identify an addiction that is affecting your life and take a step to leave it behind. It can be a small step, like limiting your time on social media, or a big step, like seeking help to overcome a deeper addiction. The important thing is to act. Share your progress in the comments, and together, let's support each other on this journey to freedom. Pornography is one of the most destructive addictions of our era, yet it is one of the most normalized. We've been led to believe that it is harmless, that it is simply a form of entertainment, but nothing could be further from the truth. Pornography distorts your perception of reality, destroys your ability to form meaningful connections, and worst of all, it drains your vital energy. Studies have shown that regular consumption of pornography can lead to decreased satisfaction in real relationships, self-esteem issues, and even erectile dysfunction. But beyond the physical effects, there is the mental and emotional damage. Every time you consume pornography, you are training your brain to seek instant gratification, to avoid effort, to evade reality. And that, in the long run, makes you a weak, passive man, incapable of facing life's challenges with courage. I want you to think of historical figures like Leonardo da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, or Mahatma Gandhi. These people understood something most of us have forgotten: the power of vital energy. They knew that sexual energy is one of the most powerful we have, and when channeled properly, it can be an incredible source of creativity, strength, and purpose. Tesla, for example, attributed much of his genius and productivity to his decision to remain celibate, using that energy to fuel his work and innovations. Quitting pornography is not easy, especially in a world where it is so accessible, but it is possible, and the benefits are immense. Start by recognizing the harm it is causing in your life. Then, set clear boundaries. Block the sites, eliminate the content, avoid situations that lead you to relapse. Seek support if necessary, whether from a trusted friend, a support group, or a therapist. And replace that destructive habit with something positive. Exercise, meditation, study, anything that helps you reconnect with your purpose and personal power. I want you to take control of your vital energy. If you're struggling with pornography, I challenge you to go 7 days without consuming it. Just 7 days. Use that time and energy for something constructive. Learn a new skill, read an inspiring book, or simply spend time reflecting on your goals and dreams. And if you feel tempted, remember why you're doing this. You are on a path to becoming a strong man, a disciplined man, a man who is not a slave to his desires, but who masters them. Discipline is what separates ordinary men from extraordinary men. It is the ability to do what you have to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's getting up early when you'd rather stay in bed, working on your goals when everyone else is partying, staying true to your principles when it would be easier to give up. Without discipline, your dreams are nothing more than fantasies. Think of the Spartans, one of the most disciplined civilizations in history. From an early age, Spartan boys were trained in discipline, self-control, and mental toughness. It wasn't easy, it wasn't comfortable, but it gave them a power few could match. The Spartans did not become great warriors by accident. They did so because they chose a path of discipline, a path that demanded sacrifices, but gave them a strength and respect that resonated throughout history. Developing discipline is more crucial than ever today. We live in a world full of distractions, easy pleasures, and instant gratification. But if you truly want to be a high-value man, a man who stands out, you must learn to say no to the easy path and yes to the hard one. Discipline is not something we're born with. It's something that is built, a habit cultivated day by day. How can you develop discipline? Start by establishing clear routines. Wake up at the same time every day, no matter if it's the weekend. Set daily goals and achieve them, even when you don't feel like it. Practice meditation to strengthen your mind, exercise to strengthen your body, and study to strengthen your spirit. And most importantly, stay true to your principles. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. This week, I want you to choose an area of your life where you feel you need more discipline. It could be your exercise routine, your diet, your studies, anything. Set a clear goal for the next 7 days and stick to it without exceptions. Each day, when you feel the temptation to give up, remember that you are building the muscle of discipline, that every time you choose the difficult path, you are getting closer to greatness. Stoicism is one of the most powerful and practical philosophies you can adopt in your life. Often misunderstood as a philosophy of coldness or detachment, Stoicism is actually the key to living a life of true power, freedom, and inner peace. Stoics teach that we do not have control over external events, but we do have control over our reaction to them. In a world full of uncertainty, chaos, and constant change, Stoicism gives you the tools to remain steadfast, to be a man of principles, unshakable, even in the midst of the storm. One of the greatest exponents of Stoicism was the Roman Emperor Marcus Aurelius. Despite being the most powerful man of his time, he faced countless challenges. Wars, plagues, betrayals. But instead of giving in to despair or fear, Marcus Aurelius practiced Stoicism. In his writings, later compiled into the book Meditations, Marcus Aurelius reflects on how to maintain calm, clarity, and moral integrity in the face of adversity. He understood that true strength does not lie in power or wealth, but in self-control, in the ability to stand firm in your principles no matter what happens around you. How can you apply Stoicism in your daily life? Start by accepting that you cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can always control how you react. Develop the practice of daily reflection. At the end of each day, review what happened and how you reacted. Ask yourself, was I true to my principles? Did I react with calm and control? If you didn't, it's okay. Learn from that experience and do better next time. Another essential Stoic practice is the premeditation of evils. Before facing a challenge, Imagine the worst possible scenarios and how you would handle them with grace and dignity. This is not pessimism, but mental preparation. By preparing for the worst, you become unshakable, strong, capable of facing anything life throws at you. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it's a way of life. By adopting it, you equip yourself with a shield against unnecessary suffering, against external disturbances, against passions that divert you from your path. You become a firm, serene man, capable of leading your life with wisdom and courage. If you haven't already, start studying the teachings of the great Stoics, Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus, and most importantly, start applying them in your life today. Every day, before starting your activities, spend 5 minutes on the premeditation of evils. Think about the challenges you might face and how you would handle them from a Stoic perspective. At the end of the day, reflect on how you faced those challenges and what you can learn from them. Share your experiences in the comments, and let's help each other grow on this path. In this video, we have talked about the importance of dropping excuses, freeing yourself from addictions, reclaiming your mind from pornography, cultivating discipline, and adopting Stoicism as a pillar of life. These are not easy changes, but they are necessary if you want to live an extraordinary life, a life of purpose, strength, and true freedom. Now it's up to you. You have the tools, you have the knowledge, but none of this will have value unless you take action. Today is the day to start making the changes you've always known you need to make. Don't wait any longer. Don't look for more excuses. Take control of your life and become the man you are destined to be. Remember, discipline and control are the keys that will open the doors to true greatness. And as always, stay strong, focused, and disciplined. If this video resonated with you, subscribe and share it with someone who needs to hear this. Together we can build a better society. See you in the next video, but only if you're ready to discover the next level of your life.